Vapi AI is straight up my favorite platform to build voice AI solutions. It provides numerous capabilities to build complex voice AI systems. I've used Vapi for months now and I've come to fall in love. If I was a complete beginner getting into AI, I'd start on building voice AI solutions with Vapi. So today I'll give you the easiest to understand tutorial on building voice AI systems using Vapi. Let's jump into it. And yeah, you see today I'm repping my favorite team in the world, Chelsea. Been a fan since 2009, but you don't care, so let's jump into it. So here I'm at vapi.ai. This is the voice bot building platform we're going to be working with. So yeah, go and search this. Then over here I've already logged in. That's why you're seeing this button open dashboard, but on your side you'll see something like sign up or login. Go and create an account if it's new to you. Then you can log into your dashboard. So I'll click open dashboard and we'll get into it. Oh, apparently I'm not logged in, so I'll just log in. I logged in with my Google account. That's the one I created my account with, and yeah, do that on your side. So yeah, you'll arrive at your dashboard, something of the sort. I'll ensure that I'm going through the features that you will need to know most, because there are so many features here and most likely you won't touch most of them when you're starting. So I'll just ensure that you're getting the most important features that you need to learn before getting started building voice AI solutions, and I'll forgo the rest. So first things first, click on assistants over here. This is where you're going to be spending 90% of the time over here when you're building your voice AI solutions. The other time you're going to be spending more on no-code platforms like make.com or Zapier or Publi, or just look at N8N. So because building and voice AI solutions, normally you have three things that you're focusing on. Is the system prompt. This is the English instructions that guide the AI on handling the phone conversation. Then you have information. This is information like the businesses frequently asked questions and their respective answers. That could be a PDF containing all those information. The AI will use this information in giving responses to customers. Then the third thing is tools. Tools is like functions that the AI system can handle during the call. So when it's on a call with a customer, let's say it can be able to book them into appointments or save their details to your database, etc. So you're able to see these are functions that the AI can perform while being on a call with the customer or the user. Because the reality is the voice AI solution doesn't only provide responses to a customer, it can handle certain functions during the call. So here at the assistance is where you craft your system prompt, the English instructions to the AI. So here's where you'll arrive. Immediately when you enter, you won't have all these AI assistants that you're seeing here. You'll have to come and click on create assistant, then give it a name, something like customer support agent, something of the sort. Then click on blank template. The reality is you can start with these templates that they provide over here. So for example, if you want a customer support specialist, we can get started with that. And what this does, it will give you some base instructions that the AI will start handling the conversation with. So for example, if I click create assistant with that, let's see what it provides to us. It's normally good to just get you started, like let's say 50% through with building the system prompt, which is the most vital part of building an AI voice bot or an AI phone agent. So also I don't want to assume all of us understand what an AI voice system is. An AI voice system is like, you see there, you can call a business and their employee picks up and talks to you. That is a human being talking to you as the customer. But in this case, we have an AI system handle the phone call instead of the human being. So when a customer or a user calls the business, the AI picks up and handles the conversation on behalf of the business. So this system prompt that you're seeing over here in this box that you're seeing here is like the most important part of building the AI system. It's just English instructions guiding the AI on the behavior it's going to have, its role over on the phone call, what tasks can it do during the phone call. You can even give it examples of how a typical conversation goes like, etc. So you can see here there's a first message. This is the message that the AI will start with when on a phone call with the user. So when, let's say I call the business, the AI picks up and is like, hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today? Then the user can say, I'm just looking to get your tech team to work on my website is down, things of the sort. So here's a system prompt. So this is an example of what how a system prompt is, but I'll show you my preferred structure of building a system prompt. So here you can see, you can tell it you are Alex, a customer service voice assistant for tech solutions. Your primary purpose is to help customers resolve issues with their products, answer questions about services, and ensure a satisfying support experience. You can see the picture of that. But how I typically would do it is, let me just remove all that. Then let me show you. I normally paste in a skeleton that kickstarts everything for me. Let me just show you that. So this is the skeleton I'm talking about. It guides me on the various sections of a system prompt. Normally you will have the role of the AI, the tasks it can handle, specifics in regard to these tasks, some context about the business and what services or products they sell, then some example conversations of how a typical conversation goes, and some notes. So when you test the voice bot and notice mistakes, you come and fix those mistakes in this notes section. So this is how you're going to always build your AI voice solutions when you're starting. So here on the roll, you can start with something like this. In this case, we want an AI voice bot that handles customer support for, let's say, Big Grip Technology. Big Grip is our company, so we'll assume we're working with Big Grip in this case. So you are a helpful and enthusiastic, can I really type, enthusiastic customer support agent for Big Grip Technology. Okay, so that's our company. Your role is to provide relevant responses to customer inquiries and book them into appointments. Okay, so that's the role of the AI. Now when you go into the tasks section, is now you break down the tasks that the AI is going to be handling. So for the first one, you can say your first task is to use information available in the knowledge base to provide relevant responses to any customer question. And what is the knowledge base? The knowledge base, as I mentioned, is the information you give to the AI so that it can use that information to provide responses to customers or users who call. So for example, if the customer calls and they're asking from what time to what time are you guys open, the AI can check through the knowledge base, the information, and sees, oh, the business is normally open from 9 to 5 p.m. So that's what it uses to give a response to the user. And to work with the knowledge base is you just come over here on the right, click on files, then you add a new file, is where you upload the file containing the information. So let me just show you an example of a knowledge base. It's just a simple PDF document, honestly. So here's an example one. You can see it's just a PDF document containing question answer pairs of the frequently asked questions to the business. So for example, you can see here, what should I expect during my first dental visit, or how often should I visit the dentist, and the respective answer that the business would rather have the AI say. You'll just click on that file that you want to upload, Ultimate Dental FAQs. Then once you do that, you can see it over here. You can just come and select it to be able to add it to the knowledge base of this AI. Then we continue. Your next task is to book the user into an appointment on our calendar. For that, use the book appointment tool. That's simple. So this book appointment tool is what will handle booking the customer into an appointment. And as I mentioned, think of a tool like a function that the AI can do during the call with the user. So for example, if that's booking them into an appointment, or sending the user an email or an SMS, or even saving their details to our CRM or database, that is a function that the AI can do. So that is what a tool is. So to create a tool that is connected to our AI voice agent, you go to tools over here. So there are different tabs over here. So you'll click on tools, then click on select tools, create new tool, then you come click on create new tool, function, then you're here. Give your tool a name. In this case, we gave ours book appointment. So give it the exact name as you've mentioned it within the system prompt. Okay, so book appointment. Also, I normally prefer naming my tools in camel case. So you can see the first letter is in small, but any subsequent word starts with a capital letter and the rest is small. Okay, you don't have to do it that way. It's just my preference because my background is in programming. So here you give the tool a description. So exactly what is the tool going to be doing? In simple words, this tool is used to book the user into an appointment. That's simple. Okay, you don't have to fill in a lot of words over here trying to explain to the AI what this tool does. What you risk is, if you have an entire paragraph here, you risk the AI not being able to accurately call this tool when it's needed to call this tool. Okay, so just keep it simple. So normally you wouldn't toggle this on, but there are situations where you want to toggle this on. What this means is when this is toggled on, the AI will execute this function but won't wait until it gets a response on whether the function was successful or not. It will just continue with speaking to the user. So for example, if I want to save the user's details to my CRM, so we want the AI to collect the information, the user's name, email, phone number. Then in the background, when during the call with the user, it saves the information, but it shouldn't tell the user, just a moment, I save your details. No, we might want to do it silently in the background. So in such a situation, you will turn on a sync. But most situations, you want it off because you want the AI to execute the function. Then the AI should wait for a response from this tool on whether it was successful or not, so that it can continue with the conversation with the user. Okay, so this one you're not going to really be using much of it. Then here in parameters, very critical. This is the pieces of information that the AI should extract from the conversation before executing this function. So for example, when you're booking an appointment for this user, we might need their name, email, phone number, plus the time they want to book in. So in such a situation, we will add those parameters in. So to add the parameters, we are calling them parameters, but just think of them parameters like pieces of information that need to be drawn in from the conversation with the user in order to execute this function. So add a property here, give it a name. The first one is customer name. Give it a description. So this is the customer's full names. Just that simple. Then here you come and click toggle it on because this is a required field. So before it executes booking the appointment, it ensures that it has the user's full names. Then you want to click apply. There we have added the first parameter. Let's add the rest. Their email. This is the customer's email address. Okay, so you're just describing what this piece of information is. Then is it required to book the appointment? Yes. Then you click apply. The next one is their phone number. This is the customer's phone number. You can even go ahead and give it examples. So something like this is the customer's phone number. For example, 0756452312. That's an example of a phone number. So that's good practice also. Sometimes when you're describing these parameters, it's good to give the AI some examples. Not a lot, just like let's say 2 or 3. Then you want to click required and click apply. Then scroll back up here and add the next piece of information, the next parameter, which is the final one, which is the booking time. The booking time, this is the time the user wants to book their appointment. For example, tomorrow at 10 a.m. or next week Monday at 9 a.m. something of the sort. Do not format this into date time format. So you see, and why we're telling the AI this is we want the AI just to extract what the user said. So if the user is on the call and is like, kindly book me in for tomorrow at 10 a.m. we want to take that statement as is, tomorrow at 10 a.m. so that determining that tomorrow at 10 a.m. is actually 17th of May 2025, that is the work of the back end of this specific tool, and I'll show you how we build the back end. So we just want to extract it as is. We don't want the AI to format this and say that tomorrow at 10 a.m. is 17th May 2025, because the AI doesn't have context on what is the date today, what is the exact time. It doesn't know this. So that's why we need to figure this out in the back end, and we don't want it to become smart and try formatting it itself. So you come down here and click required, then click on apply. So those are the fields in this case. Then here on the server URL is now you'll go to make.com. So most of the time you're going to be working with make.com to build these tools. Okay, so you'll go and search make.com. If you don't have an account, go ahead and create one and log in to your dashboard. So I'll do that. I'll click on login. So you'll arrive at something of the sort. This is your dashboard. Then what you want to do is click on create a new scenario. This is the automation that will handle the functionality of the tool. In this case, is booking an appointment. So you will start with what we call a webhook. Because in this case, let's go back to our Vapi dashboard. It wants a URL, the URL of our server. And in this case, our server is make.com. Remember, I mentioned this is the back end. This is what is going to be handling booking the appointment. So we need a URL that will enable Vapi to communicate with make.com. For Vapi to send these pieces of information to make.com so that it can book the appointment. And what does it use to communicate with make.com is the server URL. And we get that by clicking on webhooks over here, then go here and click on custom webhook. Okay, then what you want to do is click add. Then you can give your webhook a name, something like what exactly it's doing, appointment webhook, something of the sort. Okay, because it's booking an appointment. Then click on save. Then it will create a URL. You'll click copy address to clipboard, then go back to your Vapi dashboard and paste it in there. Okay, so once you do this, you can actually test it out. So what you do is come back here, click on save. Then we want to send some information from Vapi to make.com to test that the tool is actually connected. So for that, you'll click on run once over here. It's now waiting for information. So you'll go back here to Vapi, click on test. Then you want to send over some information. What information are you sending over? You're sending over the name, email, phone number, and booking time. And let me show you a trick. Normally, the information you will send it over in a format called JSON. Think of it like simply when you're sending information between different applications, the information has to have a certain structure, and that structure is typically called JSON. So to easily create this JSON information so that you can send to Make, let me give you a trick. You'll open a new tab and search JSONeditorOnline.org. You see it as is, click enter. Then here's where you'll create your JSON information. To start the JSON, you just put curly braces, then enter. Then each specific information that you want to send over is called a key. So you'll put the first key there, which is the customer name. Okay, then its value is something like Mutiso. Then I go to the next one. This is the customer email. In this case, that is mutiso@gmail.com. Then the next one is customer phone. So this is 0756453423. Then the final one is the booking time, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, so what you do is you copy all that, then go back here to Vapi, then paste it in there. Or before you click send request, you have to go back here and click save, so that we ensure we have saved this URL before we are testing it out. So when I click test, I can paste in the information that I had there. Then I can click send request. Then if I go back here, you can see information has just entered immediately. Customer name, email, phone number, and booking time. So we will use this information in order to book the appointment in. Once we book the appointment in, so to book the appointment, you will add what we call modules over here. And what a module is, it just performs a certain function. So for example, the first module could be checking our Google Calendar. So you'd search Google Calendar over here, and what you want is go to Google Calendar, scroll down till the bottom, and get free or busy information just to check the specific time slots that are already booked in, so that the AI can book into the slots that are actually available. So you'll add a couple of modules over here. I won't go through that because that's a tutorial of another day. But once you book the appointment in, you want to send a response back to the AI agent that the appointment was successfully booked or not. So for that, you'll click on webhooks again, and in this case, it's a webhook response. So there's a certain structure that Vapi expects any response that's coming back from a tool to be structured. So for that, I can go back here to Vapi and just talk to the AI. So whenever you have any question in regards to how to work with Vapi and how to understand the entire platform and the likes, just ask the AI system over here. So I'll just ask it, what is the JSON response structure for a tool? Then I click enter. Then it has access to all the information on the Vapi documentation as well as their Discord communities and the likes, and it can give relevant responses. So there I asked the wrong question. It's meant to be what is the tool called response JSON structure, and it gives it to us. I can just click copy over here, then go back to make.com, paste it in there. Then this is the tool call. So here in the tool called ID, you'll get this directly from the information that comes from Vapi. So normally when Vapi executes a certain tool, it will send the information in a certain structure, and within that information there will be something called the tool called ID, and that's what you'll insert there. So instead of the X here, you'd insert the tool called ID, and I'll show you that once we are testing the tool the right way. So this is just a quick test. So you'll have the tool called ID there, then the result here is something like successfully booked the appointment, something of the sort. If it was a failure, it says failed to book the appointment, try again later, something of the sort, or try another time slot. So once you do that, you want to click on save. Then it's saying the module is not set up, so I'll delete this module because it's not being used right now. You need to set it up. Then I can click on save. Once I click save, I click run once. Then I go back to my Vapi dashboard. Down here I click on test again, then send the request. Then coming back here to make.com, you see it enters and sends the information in. Then you can see here in the response body, this is what was sent back: successfully booked the appointment. And this result, this information, is what the AI will use to continue the conversation with the user on the phone call. If this is negative, saying that it failed to book the appointment, the AI is smart enough to know, oh, kindly Mr. User, could you check for another time slot? That one has failed because it's booked in, something of the sort. So that's how you test your tool to ensure that it's connected. But I'll show you the proper way of actually testing it. Is you come save it, ensure that is saved up. Then you want to come back here to assistants. Then you go to the AI assistant that you've created. This is the voice AI system. Then you want to click on tools, then select tools. Then you select the one that you've just created, book appointment. Then once you add it there, you want to publish. Ensure whenever you make any changes to your assistant, you want to click publish in order to save those changes. So now it's connected. The tool is connected to the AI assistant. Now to properly test it out, you can either test it in two ways. One is either chatting with the AI system or actually calling to talk with it. So for now, I can actually call it. Ensure that the make.com scenario is running. Okay, so you can click run once. This is temporary, but to ensure that it's always running, you'll come and click this so that it's always scheduled on, waiting for information. Okay, then you can click save over there. So but in this case, I'll just turn this off and click run once. Okay, so now it's waiting for information. Can go back here to Vapi and actually test it out. Talk to assistant.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
Hi Alex, hope you're well. Just wanted to book into an appointment.
I'm doing well. Thank you. I'd be happy to help you book an appointment. Could you please provide me with the following details? 1, your full name. 2, your email address. 3, your phone number. 4, the preferred date and time for the appointment.
So I'll end the call here. So that's one mistake I've noticed with the AI system, is it's asking me all these informations all at once, but we don't want that. So what I'll do, also notice, you see here, the system prompt that we had started creating has disappeared because we didn't click publish. So that's one thing I'm telling you. Ensure to always click publish whenever you make changes to your AI assistant. So I'll quickly delete all that, then put in my prompt template or skeleton. So always have this saved up. It will save you a lot of hurdles. So whatever you're seeing here, just create it, then save it in a notepad, a text document. So at any time you're starting building an AI voice solution, you just paste it in there. I'll quickly have the role in place. So that's the role of today. You are Jen, an enthusiastic and helpful receptionist for Ultimate Dental. Your role is to provide relevant responses to customer queries and book them into an appointment. You're also an expert at dentistry and thus are familiar with the kind of questions to ask in order to obtain the right information that will be helpful to the dentist before the appointment. Okay, so then the tasks. First task is providing responses to customer questions using information from the knowledge base. So notice now this has a different wording from what we did last time. So this just to show you that when you're building the system prompt, you don't have to use exact words that you used last time. You're just giving the AI English instructions. As long as you're clear enough on what exactly it is, then you don't have to use the same words every time. Number 2 is steer the conversation towards booking the customer into an appointment. To do that, you'll use the book appointment tool. That's simple. Then after doing that, we want to click publish, then talk to assistant, ensure that our make.com is waiting. Yes, then we can talk to the assistant. Oh, before we talk to the assistant, one thing I forgot is we noticed one mistake it had is that it's asking the customer of the information all at once. Give me the name, give me your email, give me your phone number. We need it to ask the customer one at a time. First, give me your name. The customer says Alex Walker. Then give me your email, alex@gmail.com. Want it to be one at a time. So you'll come to the notes section over here, is where this is the section, as I mentioned, where when you notice a mistake in the AI voice bot, you'll come to fix that mistake over here. So you come and tell it something like, ensure to obtain any piece says of information from the user one at a time. This is very critical. Okay, so this is what you're seeing here that I've selected is called emotional prompting, where you use statements like, this is very critical, this is extremely vital to the success of our business, and we appreciate you, Mr. AI. It sounds absurd, but it actually, based on studies, shows that this makes the AI put more focus to ensure that it gets it right. So once we have added that in place, click publish, then talk to assistant. So that's how you test it properly.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
I'm doing well. Kindly could you book me into an appointment?
I'd be happy to help book an appointment for you. First, could you please provide me with your full name?
Alex Walker.
Thanks, Alex. Could you also provide me with your email address?
alex@gmail.com.
Great. Now, could you please share your phone number?
0755443322.
Thank you. Lastly, when would you like to book your appointment? Please provide the date and time that works best for you.
Can we do tomorrow at 10 a.m.?
Hold on a sec. It looks like there was an issue with booking the appointment. Let me try again. This will just take a sec.
Okay, so I'll end the call there. So you can see it sent some information over, but let's see here. The tool sent back a response, and this is the response that was sent back, but the AI said that it was unsuccessful. Why is this? Is because there was no tool call ID that was specified over here, and that's why we needed to send in the information properly so that we can add it in. So you can see here, when I click on this bubble, then I click on message, you can see tool calls. So I'll click on tool calls, then the plus over here, then function, then arguments. These are the arguments that are sent over, but you can see here, this is a structure that is sent over from Vapi, and that's why we need to map in this information appropriately. So I'll go to the next module over here. Whenever you see a tool call ID, I minus that, then I come and get it here. So that will be under tool calls, function, not actually function. It's under tool calls, then just click on ID over here. That's it. Then if I go back here and click on save, then run again, we can see that in place. Wait for new data, then go back to Vapi and test it properly. But I'll show you a trick to actually get through this part of testing it out. So I'll just talk to the assistant and I'll give it all the information at once so that we can quickly test it out.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
I wanted to book into an appointment.
Of course, I'd be happy to help you with that. Can you please tell me the preferred date and time you'd like to schedule your appointment?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Got it. Can you please provide your full name?
So my name is Alex Walker. My email is alex@gmail.com. My phone number is 0755443322. And yeah, that my booking time is tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Hold on a sec. Your appointment has been successfully booked for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Alex Walker. If there's anything more you need, feel free to let me know.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. Then I'll end the call there. So you can see here, when you go back to make.com, some information came in. Then when I click on message, tool calls, then I click on this plus over here. Then the function. So this is the function that was executed, the book appointment function. Then the arguments are this. These are the parameters that we had defined. The booking time, tomorrow at 10 a.m., the customer's name, their email address, and their phone number. You can see everything is extracted properly. So that's how you create an assistant and attach a tool to it. So a tool, a function that it can handle during the call. So another quick tip I need to give you is, this is a hack and you can come thank me later, is in all the AI voice bots you build, paste in this specific paragraph that I'm going to show you here. It will make your AI voice systems more human-like, more conversational, something amazing. So you can see here, I normally save it in a notepad, a text document. So normally I just come, Control A, Control C, then I exit, come back here and paste it in the notes section. Okay, in all the AI voice bots are built, I normally come and paste it in at the end here. When generating responses, aim for a casual and conversational tone. Think of how you might talk to a friend in a relaxed setting. Use informal language and common colloquial expressions. Colloquial sounds a fancy word, but anyways, such as so, yeah, and okay. Avoid formal language and corporate jargon. Instead, focus on making the dialogue flow naturally, using contractions like you're instead of you are, and inserting filler words occasionally to mimic natural speech patterns. Strive to make responses sound warm and approachable, using everyday vocabulary and sentence structures. This is a voice conversation. Okay, so once that's in place, let's test it out to see whether it's working properly. So for that, let me just add some knowledge base that we can use it to ask questions. So I've selected that, then I'll click on publish, because I've made a change to my AI voice system. I'll repeat, whenever you make any change, publish, then I'll click on talk to assistant, then we'll see it working. Just notice the change of speech between the last demo and this one.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
Hi Alex, how are you doing?
Hey there. Actually, it's Jane here. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about you? How can I?
I'm doing well. Just inquiring in regard to what services you guys offer.
Awesome. So at Ultimate Dental, we offer a bunch of services like routine checkups, cleanings, fillings, teeth whitening, root canals, and a few others. Is there something specific you were thinking about?
Okay, just like what should I need to have before visiting you guys?
Great question. Before you come in, it's good to have some information ready, like your medical history, any medications you're taking, and your insurance details if you have any. Also, bring along your ID just in case. Do you have a specific appointment in mind?
I think that's it. I'll end the call. So you can see there, it sounds more warm. It sounds more human-like, not like speaking to a robot, because you're actually speaking to a robot, but it sounds human-like. You can't even tell that you're speaking to a robot unless you've been listening to AI systems a lot. So that's that. So now on this side here, you can see there's provider. So when you click on this drop down, you see a couple of providers. These are companies that build AI models that power these AI voice systems that we're using over here. So for example, if you have interacted with ChatGPT is the app that you will use to talk to the AI, and in that case, the AI model that is powering it is being built by companies like OpenAI. So you'll come and pick the provider that you will want to work with. Most of the time, you're just going to be working with OpenAI. Most of the time, I personally work with them. Then in the model, you'll almost always work with GPT-4o cluster until they release a better model. Okay, recently they've released one called GPT-4o mini, and I think it's very good, so we can actually go with that. 4.1 mini. I think it's very, very good, and it's actually cheaper than GPT-4o, so that's a good thing. On your side, you need to always be attentive in the AI space to know what are the new AI models that have come out. Are they cheaper? Are they more powerful? etc. So that you can pass on the benefits to your clients. So once you select the model there, you can come down here. Temperature, you're not really going to be working with it a lot, and max tokens, just leave that. Okay, so when I scroll down here, I can close those configurations for the model so that I can move on down here. You can see here, this is a transcriber. Think of the transcriber like the speech to text model. So just to be clear, how an AI phone call works is this way. The user will make a phone call to the business and the AI will pick up. So for the conversation to happen, is the user will say something like, "Hello, my name is Kate. How are you doing?" The user has said that in speech. For the AI to understand what the user has said and give back a response, it needs to process the user's statement. But it can't do so because the statement is in audio. So that's why we need to have a speech to text model that converts the user statement from audio to text. And that's where the transcriber comes in play, okay? The transcriber is the speech to text model. Once we have the user statement in text, we need to send it to the AI so that the AI can come up with a response. So that's where the model comes into play, the AI model. We will send the user statement to the AI model, this one over here. So that's why you're seeing the model. You come and configure your things over here. You pick the model that will handle coming up with a response to the user's question or inquiry. So once the AI comes up with the response, it has the response in text. So this has to be said back to the user because we are on a phone call. We can't send a text message. So that's where the text has to be converted into audio so that the AI can speak the audio back to the user. And that's where the text to speech model comes in play. That is what you're seeing over here. So when I collapse that, you see here voice configuration. This is the text to speech model that will convert the text response that the AI has come up with into audio so that we can say it back to the user on the phone call. So when you click on voice configurations over here, the provider is a company that has built the transcriber model, that is the text to speech model. Most of the time you'll work with 11 Labs, then you come and pick a voice over here. 11 Labs is good because their voices are normally the best. They sound the most realistic, the most human-like. So most of the time you're going to be working with that. Then you can collapse that. Whenever you make any changes to your assistant, remember, you click publish. Then when I continue down here just to go through these other sections, we've already configured the voice configurations. Additional configurations over here, we can click on that. Background sound is very good, especially if you want the AI to seem like they are in an office of some sort. It makes the conversation sound more realistic, because sometimes when you call a business, the person who will pick up is in an office and you'll hear phone calls happening here or background people talking. It normally helps making the conversation sound more realistic. So you can click on this and select, let's say, office, to add the background sound of an office. So one thing I don't like over here is we don't get right off the gate some already pre-configured background sounds over here. A competitor of Vapi called Retail AI, they have a couple of options on the background sound you can work with. But the good thing here is you can get the chance to add a custom URL, so you can add the URL to the background sound that you want to use during the phone call. So that's another way you can do that. Then scrolling down here in the additional configurations, nothing really you need to know on there. So as I mentioned, this is complete beginner of the exact things you need to know. Tools here, I think we have already mentioned. Here is where you attach the tools that the AI can use during the conversation. Functions. Then here in predefined functions, you can come here and enable end call function. This enables the AI assistant to end the call from their side. So for example, if the AI has finished talking to the user and the user doesn't hang up on their side, we want the AI to be able to hang up on its side to save on resources. So that's why you toggle this on. Then here in dialing keypad, this just enables the AI to be able to dial digits on its keypad, and you'll hear the sounds of the keypad during the call. In this case, for beginners, you don't really need to use that. Forwarding phone number here, this is very critical. So for example, when the AI is interacting with the user and the user wants to talk to an actual human being, or a situation where the AI can't assist the user and they need to transfer the call to an actual human being at the business, you will come and add the human being's phone number over here. So you'll come and select the country. In this case, mine would be Kenya. Then you put it there. Then just type in the number that you're going to be working with. Okay, so that then you click publish, so that the AI will say, hang on a minute, Mr. User, I transfer you to our human agent Mutiso. Then it forwards the phone call. Then here in custom functions, you're not going to be working with this because that's being deprecated. It's being phased off. Then here on the summary is here you'll give the AI instructions on how it should summarize how the call went. So you may want that at the end of the call, you get a report, a summary that can be saved in your database or in the business's database on how the phone call went. So here you'll come and give it instructions on how it should summarize the call. So you can see an example of what they gave there. You're an expert note taker. You will be given a transcript of a call. Summarize the call in 2 to 3 sentences if applicable. Okay, can be that simple. That's the summary. Then here in success evaluation is you tell the AI to be able to, at the end of the call, determine how successful the call was. So here you'll give it just English instructions, something like, you see, you're an expert call evaluator. You'll be given a transcript of a call and the system prompt of the AI participant. Determine if the call was successful based on the objectives inferred from the system prompt. So something simple like this. Or you can give more details, like if the AI successfully took the user's order details successfully, then that's good. You can add information, something like if the AI successfully upsold the customer on 3 or more items, therefore increasing the average order values, then that is a successful call. You can give it instructions over here. Then this structured data, you're not really going to be working with it. Then here in privacy, one thing I can talk about is this HIPAA compliance. So there are certain industries that where whenever you have, let's say, an AI system talking to customers, the phone call has to be compliant with the laws of that country or the laws that govern that specific industry. So for example, healthcare industry is very sensitive. So what you would want to do is toggle this HIPAA compliance. And what this does is all the regulations around phone calls handled for the healthcare industry will be automatically applied to your AI agent. So for example, it won't be collecting and saving certain pieces of information and the likes because it needs to be HIPAA compliant. Then here in start speaking plan, not really important. Voicemail detection, not really important for starters. Stop speaking plan, you're not really going to be touching that. Call timeout settings, you're not really going to be touching that. Keypad input settings, this is critical. You can come and toggle this on. Enable keypad input. This is very critical, especially for example, if you need the user to provide certain pieces of information from their keypad. So for example, saying their bank PIN, because could be building an AI voice bot for a bank. So you want them to confirm their authenticity by typing in their bank PIN on their keypad. So you toggle that on. Then a very critical part here is in the messaging. So here in the messaging, you will have a URL. So a URL that you will paste in here that will enable anytime an action is happening during the call, this information is being sent to your server. So for example, if the AI has just spoken a message, you want that action, that event of saying a statement be sent to your server, because maybe you want to build a very complex AI voice systems that needs to interact with your server. So here's where you'll paste in your server URL. This server URL will be receiving information, pieces of information consistently during the entire call. So if the call goes for 2 minutes, for 2 minutes straight, it's going to be receiving pieces of information from your AI voice agent of what is happening during the call. So for example, it executes a function to book the appointment. It will send that piece of information to your server that right now we're executing booking the appointment. Then maybe if you're a developer and you want to do something once the appointment booking tool has been called, you can go into building that functionality. So this gives you a capability to extend the capabilities of your AI voice systems. But this for beginners, you don't really need to be touching on it for sure. Okay, but you'll come down here and define what pieces of information can be sent to the server, because there are so many that can be sent. But you don't need all of them. So you'll click on server messages over here, then select the ones that you need to be sent. So for example, you might need to send the end of call report, including the summary of how the conversation went. If someone hung up, you want to maybe send that. A function call, a model output, so when the AI model sends some information. Tool calls, so for example, whenever a tool call has been made, etc. So you can go through the ones that you want, then add them in, then click on publish, then just add them in. So yeah, that's it on the interface over here on building your AI assistant. That's typically most of what you need to know to get started. I've skimmed over those that you don't really need to use, those ones that you're actually never going to be touching on. So that's good. Then here on the left tab, you can see there are many tabs, but I won't touch on all of them. I'll touch on the most important ones. The first one is phone numbers over here. So there are 2 ways you can deploy your AI voice solution. You can either deploy it to your website or the business's website, or to a specific phone number. So that a customer can either talk to the AI assistant over your website or by calling your phone number. So you'd come and add your phone number here. So to add a phone number that the AI voice system can be deployed to, you come and click on create a phone number. Then you can work with the free Vapi phone numbers over here. So you can put an area code and search through that. But personally, I just normally work with Twilio directly because Vapi is actually working with Twilio. So you'll come and click import from Twilio over here. Then if you don't have a Twilio account, you'll go ahead and search twilio.com, then log in to your dashboard. So if you don't have an account, create an account, then you log into your console. It's very simple. You'll come to twilio.com here, then click get started for free. You can sign up. Then once it's standard procedure signing up, then you log into your console. So you'll arrive at your Twilio dashboard like this. Scroll down here, and in the main page over here, just copy your account SID. Think of it like your username. So just paste it in there. Then your auth token, come and paste it in there. Then your Twilio phone number. So I believe you get a free Twilio phone number when you register, and you get some free Twilio credits to start working with them. So you can get that. Then come paste it in there. Then give your number a label, something like Big Rip's phone. Then you import from Twilio. Okay. So it's saying it's a duplicate because of course I already added that phone from my Twilio. But this is how you add a phone number to it. Then how you connect the AI assistant to this specific phone number is you click on assistant over here, then select the assistant that you want to deploy to this specific phone number. So that anyone who calls this phone number will have the AI speaking to them. So yeah, that's on phone numbers. Then here in tools is where all the tools that you've created in your Vapi account, they'll be listed over here. Then you can easily just attach them to any assistant that you want to work with. There are already some pre-configured tools that are very critical that you're going to be using. So for example, when you click on create tool, one tool that you're going to be using a lot is the transfer call tool. This one enables you to transfer the call and also sending a text. So you can send a text message over SMS to the user. That's simple. So this enables you to do that. And it's doing this using Twilio. Yeah. Another one is integrating MCP. But I won't touch on this. It's not beginner stuff. On the files tab here is all the files that you use as your knowledge base for the AI assistants. So you can see just PDF documents that you upload over here. You can easily come and upload a new file for, let's say, a specific business that you're creating an AI voice agent for. You can add as many files over here. I won't touch on squads. External provider keys. This is important, especially for, let's say, let me come and show you this. You will connect to certain platforms out there that are providing certain features. So for example, the text to speech. So remember, when the AI is speaking, it needs to use a certain voice. And remember, in the voice configurations, we mentioned that 11 Labs is the best. So you will connect to your 11 Labs account using your API key. So for all these providers that are over here, they normally connect to those providers, you need to use API keys. You can just go to their documentation and see how you can get the API key for your 11 Labs account, then come and paste it in there to connect. Same case to DeepGram over here, but you don't need to do that. And why it's good to connect to your own 11 Labs account is you get access to the voices, your own custom voices that you've built over on 11 Labs. So for example, in my case, I would want a Kenyan sounding voice, an African sounding voice, and most likely maybe I've already built such a voice on 11 Labs. Yes, there's a way to do that easily on 11 Labs. I can easily get access to that voice on my AI assistant. So that's such that my AI assistant uses that specific voice to handle the conversation with the user. The next here is Vapi API keys, which is very important. This API keys is what you will use to be able to access Vapi in external platforms like make.com or some custom system that you're building out there. This is how you're able to, for example, initiate phone calls automatically from external platforms like make.com. So you'll need your Vapi API keys, mostly the private key over here. So you would be coming here and click copy ID, and that's what you go and paste it in those external platforms to access your Vapi AI assistants that you've built over here. Yeah, and down here you can see your usage of Vapi. So you can see here you get 1,000 free minutes per month, and it renews every month. That's a good thing. You can be able to just work with the free credits to test out and grow this skill of building reliable voice AI solutions. Then in the overview over here, you're able to see just some quick metrics, some quick analytics on the phone calls that are happening on your Vapi account. So total call minutes, number of calls, etc. Okay, also back here to assistance here, one feature I forgot to touch on is the chat feature over here. Very critical when you're testing your AI voice agent to see that it's able to handle the phone call properly. It's good practice to test it using the chat feature over here, because always calling it to talk to it is very resource intensive, and you will quickly exhaust the free credits that you have over here, or the credits that you've purchased. So when testing out, it's good practice just to be chatting with it, so that you're directly chatting with the AI model. So because when you're talking to the assistant, like actually calling to test it out, you're incurring the speech to text cost, you're incurring the AI model cost, you're incurring the text to speech cost, and you can see like this can really exhaust your resources. So be chatting with it. So you can just come here and say, hi, hey there, welcome to Ultimate Dental, how can I help you today? I want to book an appointment. Awesome, can you please tell me your name? Mutiso. Thanks, Mutiso. Can I have your email address? So you can continue testing it over here, and it works the same way. And yeah, that's it. That's the easiest tutorial on how you can get started building AI voice solutions on Vapi. Arguably one of the best voice bot building platforms out there. My favorite. And there's a reason for that. It's an exciting space we are in right now, especially in building reliable AI systems that bring real impact into businesses. Business owners know that they need AI systems to gain an edge in the marketplace, but they don't know how. It's your work to come and help them leverage AI to grow their business and make more money. There's huge opportunity, so get started. All you need to get started are 3 things: a laptop or a computer, access to the internet, and ability to speak English. Do you have that? I'm sure you have that. So take action and start making money. If you want to work with our team to build such powerful AI systems, then there'll be a link in the description to book in a meeting with our team. Anyways, that's it from me. Till next time, stay savvy. Peace.